What's up, everybody? We are back in the Stanley Parable and apparently Stanley Parable 2. Now, this is actually the Ultra Deluxe edition of the Stanley Parable. We've just kind of hit some of the new content section to where we are now playing the Stanley Parable 2. Don't know what endings we're going to go ahead and do. We're just going to kind of bounce around, and we probably will go ahead and do the epilogue at some point in time. Let's get into it and find some more endings.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What did I do?
Stanley worked
What did I
for a
steal?
company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I didn't steal anything.
Employee number 427.
All right, let's go ahead. We know what you do. As you can see, the balloons and whatnot.
Workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's get a couple more of the bucket endings. Bucket endings.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Because I know there's a lot more endings having to do with just the bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
That's not a way to go.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, yeah, can you just go ahead and have it? Oh, well, that actually doesn't matter. So we are not... There we go. Okay. So we have done this ending before where we escaped through the escape pod. And we haven't done this one, though, because you can now, of course, most endings have a bucket ending, so you can do the escape pod ending with the bucket. And I have kind of like watched other YouTube videos that kind of just giving me a glimpse at certain ones, and this one I definitely want to do, especially before I do the epilogue. So we are now leaving, so let's go ahead and head up to the escape pod. Try to detain me. Oh, well, that just either you need to quit playing Oblivion or seek help. Oh, I forgot to turn the volume back up on the game since I turned it down. So while there's like a total of 42 endings, I think a lot of the endings now, of course, are attached to the bucket. Because, of course, you can get several of them with just bucket. And, of course, this is one of them. So quiet without the narrator. There we go. Now we're in the launch bay. And we do know that when we usually get here, we enter in, and that's an ending. Well, but this one, we don't enter. But we save our friend the bucket. Don't be sad, bucket. You'll be safe. Go on without me. You'll be all right. You continue our legacy, bucket. Goodbye. Bye-bye. All right. So already one ending down. We got the...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why did I do that, though? Because now the bucket's gone, and I needed to get other bucket endings. Crap. I didn't think that one through.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Because there's actually a couple other bucket endings that you are...
It had really been worth the detour after all.
A little loud into my head. Just be a little lower than me, narrator.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I didn't.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Nope.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
See? It's what I thought.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
You're the one in control.
It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
No, we didn't go left.
This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Didn't...
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Can I open my eyes at least?
Completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to
Can I
salvage
open my
this
eyes at
nonsense,
least?
we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Okay.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
The end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when you were back in that room with all the monitors?
I did not. I closed my eyes. I closed my eyes.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
That's right.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Can I turn these row lights on?
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to... Where's the adventure line? I'm kind of sad Bucket doesn't join the adventure line.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I forgot the adventure line.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ending is this way.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
It's
Why don't we go
quite
back the
frightening.
other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, thank you. I forgot this is how you get the adventure line story. Now I don't have the bucket to join me.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
No.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you
I mean,
remember,
now it looks like
Stanley?
we are getting a little horror
Well, you
game
know what?
looking.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how
So,
about this?
what are we doing?
You win! Congratulations!
All
I
right.
know you put in a lot of hard work.
There we go.
And it really paid off. So, good job.
We win. I win. So
No,
thank you
I don't feel
everyone for
right about
watching.
this at
So-
all. Actual work for that
Okay.
win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't
All right,
care
where are
what
we?
might
What's
happen this
going on?
time, I have to restart.
So we're restarting. Okay. Oh, the Stanley Parable 2 adventure line. I wonder if this is any different than the Stanley Parable adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Now, this
Just
is-
follow the line. How simple is that?
How comes this line isn't trademarked? All right. But this line is okay.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's
That's
over
right.
in this direction.
We just-
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Just stay on the line.
Here's a thought.
What?
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put
Yes.
it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay,
I can't walk
Stanley,
on-
I need
okay.
to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence
right,
rests
sick yet?
inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Huh? Wait, what? Wait. That's just... Okay.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Everybody,
Make sure you study it closely and
remember the
it
fern.
carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
remember this fern. Okay. Remember the fern. Fern. Okay, let's go. Can we get the music back?
Wait, what?
Wait.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything
That was
we've
fun.
been through...
I had a
you-
nice adventure.
No, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I was enjoying the line. This is the Stanley Parable 1 adventure line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring,
What do you got in
mysterious.
mind?
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Well, there's nothing in these hallways, so it's kind of...
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, not acknowledging it. I'm just walking on. All right, I think it's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
How's this any different than the other
I
two
need a minute
doors?
to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusing ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
I've not played the...
And we're supposed to restart
I
again eight times? That's really how all this goes?
I've not been in the confusing ending for 17 minutes. I've been recording for 17
so now,
minutes.
According to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Replica of the offices begin to deteriorate. Attempt to make up story here.
All of this. Is it really?
So there's no longer an office, simply black space. Wander in the blackness, find a bookstore, got bored, leave. Okay.
I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
So you need to forget about
the timer stopped. Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
I don't know.
Whatever it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So.
Okay.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a
And he
kind
just
of
wanted me to
story,
walk,
wouldn't you agree?
walk around in
I'm not
circles.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
I want to
We'll
jump.
find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That was kind of loud. Did we fully get the confusing ending?
All of his
I think we
co-workers
did.
were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Replacement bucket!
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt. Stanley touched the bucket tightly to his...
replacement
This was not
bucket.
the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Replacement bucket, we
And
have to
here it
go.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
All right, now an ending we've
Still
already
no
done
one was
before.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now.
We are going to do
his boss's
again.
office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right, can you just open the door?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of the bucket did not react, except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth. Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within.
Okay. That's not the ending I was going for, but like.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I think there's something to do with the three.
All along? Was the
So
bucket
yeah,
guiding
that
him?
sound was
This is
unnecessary.
certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, this way.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for
I
you,
will
Stanley.
be all right.
Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility,
Okay, now
he
this-
tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
Yep.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
That's completely
Now,
different
what to do next,
ending than the last
Stanley
time you jumped
wondered.
down here.
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps.
Where's the cat? Oh,
After
there
some
we go.
time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after
We're getting
some
a life
time,
together.
Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind
it's the
control
outside of the
He'd
facility.
never gotten to fully explore what was out there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this.
Uh-oh.
The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could
Stanley's
think about,
going crazy.
all he could talk about was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This
It's
is
a
just a
hole.
hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True.
I think I'm just gonna name it Bucket.
But
It's
where
Bucket
we
the
happen
Bucket.
to be. And
We
maybe,
just
possibly, if
bucket
we accept
friends
the reality
hanging
of things,
bucket
maybe
out.
this will become an ending eventually.
A Kit Kat. Oh,
It's
never
what
mind.
the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
How did I get food? Where did I poo? Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wonder, I hope I didn't screw up.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms,
I think I may have
again,
screwed
he
up
was
the
home.
epilogue, so before we do the epilogue, we'll have to
Stanley
send the
clutched
bucket.
tightly to his This was not
Ow.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him.
We'll see
that
if we can do the
employee
adventure
lounge
line one
was
again
simply
with the
place to
bucket
be.
and see if it's different.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
And I don't know if I can take the bucket
good, Stanley.
into...
I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
It's way different.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
No, get down.
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
We see the baby, the
bucket you're
mannequin.
carrying
Oh,
around
there's the
everywhere.
serious table.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
My bucket.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
I
Because
can't
that's
even
what
get it.
fans
Oh, I
want
can
from
go
a
in the broom
sequel.
closet.
They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
My bucket.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Can the bucket come along? Well, if the bucket could come along.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
It did.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What are you thinking? I'll give up a testicle. Not the bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Is it the bucket?
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
You heartless bastard!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Where's the
Can you
off
guess
button?
what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Destroys
Surely you
my
don't need me to
dreams
spell it out for you.
and my loved ones.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved
What'd I
Stanley
do?
Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore
I
the
can't go
Bucket
through.
Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
That
The
is a
Broom
lot of
Closet? Certainly
vibration.
not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
My
the
fans
fans
want
what
the
they want.
bucket.
Hurry and...
It's all bright. Thing is, I actually like.
Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you
I have a
were
bucket.
magnificent.
Not as magnificent as my bucket. My bucket has my name on it. Never kissed my ass. My bucket. That's right. Was it seriously an ending? That's seriously an ending. All right. Switch over.